This is about the music school and some charities that we've been supporting as well. A lot of people know, I think, of a pupil of ours called Leigh who sadly passed away on New Year's Eve. She was just 21 years old. We teach her whole family. Both of her parents and her stepfather are all in the medical profession. And it was only about a year ago that I actually found out she'd been diagnosed with something called anaplastic lymphoma. And in fact, she was on stage at our concert in March of last year. We didn't know at that point she was ill. She was diagnosed the week before the show. Anyway, cut a long story short really, I was on holiday and I was watching something on the news about a little boy in a similar circumstance, and I just realised I've got quite a few contacts at radio stations from my concerts over the years, so I phoned her family just to see if they had any objections, whether we could start a campaign, which obviously they were more than happy. So we started a campaign at DMS, the music school, to try and raise awareness, because Leigh, with her Asian background, if it was us and we needed a bone marrow, it's a lot easier to find a match, but for her it was something like 1 in 40,000 or something like that. Yeah. And her parents, searched worldwide, and then she really went downhill fairly quickly, and she died on New Year's Eve. So the school has been starting a campaign, and the concert that we're doing later on in the year is partly for that. But I think the nomination also is for the school because it's 30 years old this year.
The thing is, with something like that, it raises public awareness, doesn't it? Because there are illnesses, there are charities and things where everybody, oh yes, I know that. With something like this, you've got to educate people, haven't you?
Exactly. And actually, I wasn't aware until I spoke to Leigh herself. She was quite fit, she was very, very strong, and she actually wanted to go into the medical profession. That's the sad thing. She'd taken a year off from university, and she was telling me just how easy it is, even friends of mine, when we started the campaign at the music school to get more people to become blood donors, you mention the words bone marrow and everybody automatically thinks it's a painful process, which it isn't at all. And actually a TV crew came along just to show us taking a swab. It's as simple as taking a swab, sending it off, and that's it.
How much have you raised so far then?
Well, it's not a matter of raising money, it was an awareness campaign. However, I produce a concert at Symphony Hall every 18 months, and that's where we raise the money. So in previous years it's been for all sorts of charities, Acorns Trust, Marie Curie, RSPCA. We sell programmes on the evening and all the profits go to charity. So this year we're supporting her family and Delete Blood Cancer, and also Birmingham Dogs Home.
So you get a few people into that, won't you?
Yeah, hopefully.
How many can you get in there?
Well, Symphony Hall, as you know, holds about 2,200. We fill the choir stalls with local choirs. We've got the Town Hall Gospel Choir this year. But normally we sell about 1,500. But I would love to fill it because it's the school's anniversary.
So what sort of music can people expect to hear?
It's everything, actually, because the audience range from children of 5 and 6 years old to people in the 70s and 80s, because we teach that age range. So obviously we get the families and the friends of the people, the supporters of those that are performing. But what I'm trying to do is get more people outside of the music school to come along, because it isn't what you would expect. It's not little children playing Merrily We Roll Along. It's grade 8 plus, diploma level. All of us, the teachers, the staff, and celebrity guests.
Yep. Who have you got as your celebrity guest then, musically?
We have got the Ultimate Rat Pack Tribute Act. They were seen on the Royal Command performance with David Lacey, Frank Sinatra, and 2 of his friends coming along. They're doing a 12-minute set. We've got Angelo Starr, of course, the legend Edwin Starr's brother of Motown days, so he's doing Superstition, Stevie Wonder and Uptown Funk. I've been working at DMS, which was based in Dulwich for 25 years.
That's Dulwich Music School, isn't it?
Dulwich Music School. We've now actually moved into Knoll, which is a long story, but we've kept the name because when you've had that name for 25 years, it makes sense, I think. So this is the 30th year that I've been there. I left school at 16 and I've worked there ever since. Okay,
giving all your secrets away now, you're doing this stuff. So in terms of education then, what are you doing there that is very special, which it clearly is?
Well, it's not just children that we teach. I teach mostly adults, but we start children at 4. We have something called the Crotchet Club for 4 and 5 year olds, like a pre-music course, and then we take children right the way through to adults, but we do grades. We're actually an examination centre with the London College of Music, and we can take anyone from a beginner to a diploma level. And a lot of our teachers, a lot of my staff were my pupils, so they've come through the school, worked their way through, and are now professional musicians.
And are mums and dads just as keen as ever to get their children playing musical instruments?
Definitely, definitely. We also work, I mean, DMS is a charity itself, but we actually work within state schools in the area. I mean, I go into Knoll Junior School and teach keyboard, and we run a choir at Henley and Arden Junior School. So we work a lot in the community as well. We've got about 500 students a week teaching most instruments.
That's a lot, isn't it?
It's a lot.
Instruments primarily, or instruments and singing?
Singing as well, yeah. Singing is one of the main things that we do. Vocal, musical theatre, all of the instruments, group tuition, private tuition. We pretty much cover all of it.
If you had to think of one aspect of what you do that has got you nominated for this award, what would it be, do you think?
I think it's probably a combination of the concerts that we put on, which if you think about it as being what was a little village music school, to take on something like Symphony Hall on your own, I think is quite a massive thing to do. And it gives all of our students a fantastic opportunity. I mean, it's an amazing theatre, as you know, prestigious theatre. But I think also the school itself and all the help that we give to the community and the charity work that we've been doing over the last 7 years.
So when do you find out if you go from shortlist to winner or whatever it is?
Next Thursday. I love teaching, but I also love playing, and I've started a band as well, DMS Fusion. Some of the guys that I met last year through the show, through gospel choirs and whatever, we just love the rehearsal so much that we want to do more, so we've started a band. And the pupils absolutely love it. They love all the Sunday rehearsals, the build-up, the hype. It's great, it's a great experience.
And as you said earlier, you've got decent numbers who are learning instruments and singing.
Yes.
Do many drop out, or do most of them come along and think, hey, this is for me?
Most are with us for life, literally. I mean, I've got 3 pupils at the moment that I've taught since they were about 9 or 10 years old. Went through the system, went off to university, so I may have lost them for 2 or 3 years. One girl that I taught when she was 7 has now come back, and she's actually a school teacher herself in her late 20s, and she's come back for lessons. So we teach all the generations, so most do stay with us.
Yeah. When you do this concert, 4th of October, to give it yet another plug, at the Symphony Hall, seats in all parts, or in some parts still left, 7 o'clock to start. You're going to have a pretty wide range of ages and things there, aren't you? So yes. Presumably musically there's something that's going to grab them all.
Musically there's something for everybody. We've got some classical, we're doing Beethoven's Fifth, we're starting up with Barcelona. We've got Queen, the Eagles, Bruno Mars, Stevie Wonder, obviously the Rat Pack tribute act are joining us, which is a great privilege. Angelo Starr, we're doing some Motown stuff. So yeah, something to suit everyone, and dance schools of course, and choirs.
How do you sort of work out? I mean, you know you've got, what, 2.5 hours, including the breaks?
Yes.
How do you sort of think, right, well, this is how we start, this is where we go then? Because you've got to keep it going, haven't you?
Yeah, I start off with, I know I can fit in about 24 items. I start with a set list, and I try and think of something from musicals. We're doing The Lion King, we're doing Jesus Christ Superstar. Some stuff I like to be purely instrumental. Other stuff we have vocalists, some is band, and then because it's such a massive stage, and because not everybody is into music in the way that I am, visually we have to make it, you know, a really nice experience. So we have dance schools along. So in some items we've got ballet, we've got some street dancers, we've got some Latin American dancers, and then the choirs as well. So it really is a variety show. And
it's nice that, in a way, that there is no sort of major headline act, is there? They're all on pretty much of a level. They
are, and that's the really great thing about the celebrity guests that have come along year after year, particularly Bev Bevan, as you know. Bev is the school patron, and this will be the 4th time he's done the concert, and yeah, he's just one of us. And the idea is that the celebrities are there performing with the musicians from DMS, not the other way around.
How did you twist his arm to get him involved in the first place then?
That's a long story. I'll let him tell you that one.
Okay. Well, I'm wondering whether it involves strong drink and things like that. But hey, I'll leave that one with you, because I mean, he's been another of those people who's been very loyal to his Midland roots, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously from Birmingham. I think he will admit when you speak to him that he was a bit dubious when he was asked to do a music school concert, as I'm sure somebody like he would be. But he came along to the first rehearsal about 4 years ago and he loved it, and he's been there ever since.